What's up, guys? We got our first good look of the good dinosaur. Now, has been developed by Pixar. This is Pixar's baby. However, there has been a lot of things going on with this film. It was supposed to come out, I think, sooner. Definitely changing of voice actors and watching the overall trailer and my impression of this film before we kind of break it down a little bit. It looks beautiful. It sounds beautiful. Pixar does have that not rareness, but they know how to pull your strings. Your heartstrings. They know how to for you to get invested in a film. However, there's a little bit of dialogue in here. You can hear the laughter. You can hear a little bit of dialogue. You can hear oh my god. The voice acting, I have a feeling I'm going to be annoyed, especially with the green dinosaur. I think the voice, when I heard the shriek of this dinosaur the first time I heard it, I was like, oh, I don't know. I did not picture that voice with that character. Even the character himself, he just looks so sluggish, like a slug. One of those animals, slug animals. He just doesn't appeal to me. I think the design is not that great, honestly. Granted, this is a kids movie. Kids will probably love it. They'll probably love the design. He's green, so he stands out. He has that cartoony face, that embracing face. Good character, whatever. But for me, I was like, damn, Pixar, you couldn't come up with another design. Now, the other dinosaurs, sometimes it looks good, and then when you see the dinosaurs, it's really just cartoony and colorful. But that's what you're gonna get. So let's break it down a little bit while I am watching the trailer. Seeing you can't hear the audio and stuff, but I don't know how to put the scenes up right here, especially, and I got strikes, so you can't watch it anyway. But if you're watching the trailer, follow along. The little lizard thing was pretty cool. That's how we get introduced to our protagonist, the green dinosaur. We see him pretty much trying to get these berries up on the tree. You got a little, humor. It's a setup. It's all a setup to get introduced to this kid. Now, this is what it is. It's a kid and his dinosaur. It's man. It's animal. It's that unlikely duo that's going to come together. And it's a really small kid. You think he's maybe 8, 10 maybe. Man, not even 10. He seems very, very young. So this dinosaur and this kid kind of at first this kid gives him the berries, and then later on they meet up once again, and then they just establish this relationship. They're both at all within one another. We see the dinosaur play around with the kid as well, he does this little spinning move where a lot of the green on the grass, and you see a lot of these green fireflies come out of it. So that's a nice little scene. It's going to be probably a touching little scene. And then I think let me pause real quick. I like this part. The dinosaur is getting almost attacked by this cobra looking snake, and the little caveman kid pretty much protects him by getting in front of the snake and just growling and snarling right back at it. So you're definitely going to have the emotion in this Pixar. I bet you, even though I don't like the designs, I think I will still get pulled into this dynamic, this relationship that has been established between man and animal or dinosaur. So I see the green dinosaur running, and we see a lot of beautiful shots, of course, with the green fireflies, looking up in the sky, very colorful. Of course, they had to put up that Finding Nemo and whatever other movie it was. The shot where all the dinosaurs are running and the sun is going down. Oh, it's such a beautiful shot. It's not cartoony. It actually looks really legit because you see a T-Rex going by, and he actually looks kind of menacing. So, but that shot's so beautiful. You don't see them. It's just really kind of really see not their shadow, but the sun is going down, so it's really dark, but you can see the sunset. So I just love that shot. I see pterodactyls going. You're going to have some conflict. They probably want to eat the kid. And you see the green dinosaur kind of protecting the kid, especially with the T-Rex. They get into the ocean, so you can see some whitewater rafting. And you just see more of the relationship develop between this dinosaur and this little caveman kid. And it kind of reminds me of that one game I reviewed as well. And you see the kid just like howling, and the dinosaur is about to howl too, and this comes out in Thanksgiving. Like I said, it looks okay. In all honesty, it looks okay. It doesn't seem like my cup of tea, but I will still go watch it. I loved Inside Out. I thought Inside Out was a great film this year. So it's going to be interesting to see what goes on with The Good Dinosaur. It's has problems. I think they reworked the script a little bit. I think the design was different. It was a little bit different. You know what? This could have been... It looks beautiful. There's certain shots definitely for the trailer. But we'll see how the story goes. The one Pixar movie I really didn't like was Cars. I'm not a big fan of Cars. The one Pixar film that I really love, I mean, there's a lot of Pixar films. I mean, Toy Story 3 has to be up there. But Ratatouille, I love Ratatouille. Ratatouille was on the other day. But The Good Dinosaur, just really mostly just trailer shots. We don't get a lot of dialogue, which is fine, because Inside Out, we don't get too much we don't know too much of the story. And once I got into that film, I fucking loved everything. I was like, wow, this is very imaginative. This is very creative. This is very, you could tell the passion they had for making that film. So The Good Dinosaur, by all means, even with its problems, I don't want it to fail. I want to go in knowing that I don't really like the design, but let's see how the story gets me. And that's what really kind of really matters is the story. Yes, design and music and everything else matters. But if you don't have a good story and you don't have the right balance of pacing, and the beats, then it's gonna fall apart. So we're gonna see how much of a rework The Good Dinosaur is. Maybe you won't even notice a difference. Maybe you'll just sit there and just say, my God, this movie from beginning to end is awesome. So I will watch The Good Dinosaur and check it out because I loved Inside Out. And Pixar is definitely the place to go. But you know what? There's another studio. I think, lots of films that have been underrated that should have won at least one Oscar. Maybe they won one Oscar. Maybe they did. I can't remember. But, I mean, you got DreamWorks. You got Kung Fu Panda. You got How to Train a Dragon. You even got the first... Shrek 2 is hilarious. All right? Shrek 2 is hilarious. So, DreamWorks. And then, the book... I think the Book of Life was created... They created a Book of Life. Book of Life wasn't too bad. I can't remember. But, you know what? DreamWorks is, competition. I can't wait for Kung Fu Panda 3 to come out. And the next installment of How to Train a Dragon. But The Good Dinosaur, Pixar does know their shit. They know what they're doing. And this is another original work. So, let's see. Thank you guys for listening. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And if you like this video, well, push that like button. And comment below. Let me hear you guys' thoughts. So thank you guys for listening. Danaman, a.k.a. Daniel's son, is out.